Okay, I wanted to show you how I managed to get this effect of the monkey head rippling on my the floor, because I think it's quite cool how I ended up making this work. It's quite interesting. So for the motion tracking stuff, I just used a fine mostly. I just every 100 or so keyframes, I just detected features, tracked forwards and backwards, so it's consistent. Um, Use these settings here. You always want to have normalize checked so shadows don't mess up your track. I ended up getting a solve error of 0.52, which is anything under 1 is pretty good. So 0.52 is more than fine. If when you solve anything, when you solve the motion, if you have a blue spike in this graph, it's failed to reconstruct that area. So just change keyframe B and it'll probably fix it. If not, if you find one of these trackers that has a high error value, just delete that one. Maybe retrack it or something. If they're flying around, just delete that one or solve it and then filter tracks. And yeah, anyway, from that you can see if I go here, you can see the little crosses, which are the tracking points. So each of these is correlates to one of these. So I lined it up with the floor plane. You can see it's pretty lined up. I did use the thing where you select 3, like a triangle pattern, and then you set it as floor, and it kind of tries to level it out. So yeah, I did that, and then from the camera view, because you want to set up background and tracking scene, so it auto puts everything into the 3D scene. You can see I made objects in the same spot as the boxes and my bed and stuff and the cabinet, and that's just for correct reflections. So what you can do is, if you have it in a 3D scene, that it's not going to reflect anything because nothing's there. So you can add the actual physical objects that were there, and it'll look as the correct reflections. And this is the cool part that I did that I haven't done before. I used the camera's the video file from the camera and projected the image onto the geometry. So the way you can do this is it's not that difficult to do. It's just this modifier. So you select objects you want to be projecting onto, and then you add a UV project modifier, and then select the camera as the projection angle, or where it's going to project from, and then just select the aspect ratio has to be the same as the footage, otherwise it'll not line up properly. And yeah, I did that, and you can see where it cuts off, it's a similar material. I just in the node editor, I just said wherever there's not footage, use this material, or this material, a procedural one, so the reflections don't weirdly cut off somewhere. And yeah, worked pretty well. I didn't see any glitchy reflections in the final render. For this, I have a LED strip on this cupboard over here, and I just modeled it with a Bezier curve, and then added a checker texture with emission, and I think it's just emission but black. And I animated the color, because you can see on the floor here is a purple hue because it changes color over time. I just keyframe the color that it does, so the reflections are accurate to the color of the actual rim. And then for the floor, for the actual ripple effect, what I did was there's this cool modifier called Dynamic Paint. It's in the Physics tab, I think. Yeah, Physics tab. You set what you want to ripple as the canvas, set it to waves. You can see the settings I did down here, some different damping and stuff. And then you set the monkey, whoever you want to make the ripples, as a brush, so canvas and brush. And when the waves hit the wall, I wanted them to ripple off, so it doesn't look like it's just going through. So you can see the waves bounce back after. So I had to cut out the geometry on the other side of the walls. You can see I've cut out. It doesn't go through anything. It goes around, so it ripples properly. You can see the plug unfortunately gets rippled as well. But yeah, it doesn't go through. It always bounces off, which is it makes it look quite cool. Yeah, there's a bit of a bug here. Not a bug, but it's a bit annoying. When the ripples go downwards, obviously it's not projecting like straight onto it anymore, so it projects onto the side of the this thing, which isn't the best, but you can probably fix it somehow. And yeah, that's pretty much how the scene was made. Thanks for watching.